Hi guys, Claire here, and in today's video we're going to talk about all things Harry and Meghan. Prince Harry loses the High Court challenge over his UK security protection. Am I surprised? No. Am I disappointed? Also, no.
This case was about the level of protection that Prince Harry gets here in the UK, but also his broader security was discussed.
Yeah, viewers might well remember May of last year, and Prince Harry complained that in New York he, Meghan and Meghan's mother had been chased around the city there by a press pack for 2 hours. They said it was a near catastrophic experience. Now, in documents revealed during the course of the court case and made public today, it seems that the New York Police Department agree with his assessment. They said that the paparazzi acted in a reckless and very dangerous manner.
Prince Harry is expected to appeal the High Court's decision, so we'll see how that goes. And on the flip side of the Sussex security situation, Harry and Meghan have been vindicated by the NYPD. It has emerged that a judgment that the NYPD found that a chase in May really did happen, and has concluded that behavior of the paparazzi chasing Harry and Meghan and Mama Doria was not just reckless, but also persistently dangerous. In a letter to the Metropolitan Police in London, dated December 6, 2023, the NYPD's Chief of Intelligence discussed certain changes to the security posture that will be afforded to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex following a thorough review of the incident.
In more royal news, it was confirmed that Harry and Meghan were chased on the streets of New York. Quote, there was persistently dangerous and unacceptable behavior on the part of the paparazzi during the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's May 2023 visit. Find those British paparazzi, have them extradited back to the United States, try them, and jail them. When it comes to livelihood, you need to have the severest of sentences. And then those same English journalists should never be allowed back in the United States to work again. And also, they should be named.
This 100%. I truly believe that the worst offenders in terms of paparazzi must have been from the UK press. We have seen time and time again where they'll follow Harry and Meghan, not just here in the US, but whenever they go abroad for Invictus games. So it would not surprise me if they were in fact from the British media, and if they were, like he said, I hope they're prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Now, as I said before, as it relates to Prince Harry's most recent High Court ruling, I wasn't surprised and I'm not disappointed. Personally, I feel like it's just not safe for the Sussex family in the UK. There's been so much proof of this racially charged hatred and vitriol against the Sussexes as a family, and the children have not been spared. Let's not forget the podcast fellows who said that Archie was an abomination. Let's not forget the white powder sent to Meghan. Let's not forget the fellows who said that Harry is a race traitor for marrying a biracial woman. Let's not forget the former police officers who were caught exchanging racist messages on WhatsApp.
You were in charge of royal protection. How would you characterise the threats that Meghan and Harry received?
Well, disgusting and very real.
But there were many serious, credible threats against Meghan, were there, emanating from the far right?
Absolutely. If you'd seen the stuff that was written and you were receiving it, the kind of rhetoric that's online, if you don't know what I know, you would feel under threat all of the time.
So you were convinced that there was a genuine threat to Meghan's life on on more than one occasion, on several occasions?
We had teams investigating it. People have been prosecuted for those threats.
The last time Meghan was in the UK, she looked absolutely terrified. So personally, I'm happy that Meghan and the children will not be in that environment for the foreseeable future. It's also been interesting to see a lot of people on social media saying that the reporters and just other public figures who expressed doubts over Harry and Meghan's car chase last year, well, they should be issuing an apology.
What I love about the internet in the modern age is that when we get stories like this about confirming what happened in New York with Prince Harry and Meghan, and articles and interviews can continue to live on well after they've been posted. Camilla, do you remember writing the fantasy story?
Near catastrophic car chase. Others said it wasn't bad, but I think people in New York know if it was possible to have car chases. In New York, we'd all make it to the theater on time.
YouTuber Piers Morgan, we got to the end of the book. Here we are with in-writing proof about what happened. Lies? Seems not. We have sufficient evidence to arrest 2 individuals for reckless endangerment. Had to take evasive actions to avoid being struck by pursuing vehicles or trapped on sidewalks. I won't hold my breath and wait for an apology from any of them, but at least we can say, we told you so.
In the latest Wellchild Awards video, we got to see Prince Harry looking tanned, relaxed, and happy.
The Wellchild Awards is our chance to celebrate the extraordinary strength and spirit of young people with complex medical conditions from across the United Kingdom. It allows us to shine a spotlight on the resilience and positivity that they demonstrate every single day, and to recognise the incredible support from the families, friends and professionals around them. It is such a privilege to honour the immense courage and compassion of this incredible community.
And not only did we see Prince Harry do a video for the Wellchild Awards, the Duke of Sussex also virtually paid tribute to the community liaison manager Josh Bogey, who was chosen as a winner for the Unconquered Award.
Josh, you are a truly remarkable human. You served your country and completed 3 tours of Afghanistan. You were blown up, suffering a broken back and the loss of 3 limbs. You cycled across America and won several Invictus Games medals. Josh, you are the winner of the Invictus Games Foundation Unconquered Award. Congratulations, mate.
So while Prince Harry is booked and busy, I even saw a new spread from the Hello Canada magazine. And Hello has a tendency to flip-flop between pro-Sussex and anti-Sussex content. This spread is actually positive, and she looks adorable, so that's good. Now, in the last video, we talked about William's jealousy over Prince Harry's success post-royal life. And there's still been conversations about this on social media that I find to be very interesting.
Okay, so I saw this article. Prince William was surprised by success of Prince Harry's Invictus Games, a degree of jealousy. And I found that to be interesting for a couple reasons, and I'll get to that. Robert Jobson spoke about the adaptive sports competition for veterans and service personnel. It's been very successful since its outset. It doesn't come cheap. It costs a lot of money, and he's been able to continue to raise that money throughout this period, which is impressive. But I think there was a degree of jealousy about how well it had gone. I do think that William was surprised how much this had been such a success and how much money was being thrown into it and how many governments were getting involved. Now, if you want to go back and read the rest of the articles on people.com, but the thing that I found really interesting about this is this idea of William being jealous of Harry. Now, I've always thought that William was jealous of Harry. Not for, I think, maybe a lot of reasons for other people, in the sense that he was jealous because he thought Harry was better than him. He very much feels like a golden child to me. You know, the child that was centered, loved, given everything. And typically this lasts all the way up into adulthood, but doesn't typically work as well in adulthood just because you can't get as many people to play into that. But that's not something that William ever experienced. William has been the golden child his entire life. But one of the things that I think he wants the most is something that the British royal family cannot give to William, which is the respect of the people of the UK and the Commonwealth and around the world, but more importantly, the respect of other governments, foreign governments. They can't give that to William. And because we know that William wants to be seen as this global statesman, well, it must be very jarring to see his brother step so easily into that role. Harry is respected around the world. The fact that he was able to get 25 different countries to participate in Invictus and get so many sponsors to pay for Invictus when they can't even find somebody to pay for the Commonwealth Games is a monumental feat. And I think that that's the thing that eats him inside when it comes to Harry. The one thing that he really, really wants, Harry has, and he seems to be able to do it effortlessly. But I also wonder, right now you would think that William would be trying to outshine everybody because his father is ill. You would think that when there were opportunities for him to lead, to show what he has going on, that he would show up and show out. And time again, we are seeing him back out, not be available, or absolutely flop. But it's incredibly strange when we remember that when Charles opened up Parliament, William made sure that his Earthshot Prize ceremony was on that same night. Whenever Harry's in the news, we always see William. We always see William, right? When he was in that food truck because Harry had something going on, or even, it wasn't last week, but week before last, when Harry was in Canada, he decided to make a surprise, appearance at the BAFTAs. This man makes himself available when he is competing with his own family. But when he's supposed to do his royal duties, it's a personal issue. He's got problems. He can't show up. And of course, the UK media is absolutely protecting him. And no, I don't want to see anybody in my comments talking about, somebody in the royal family had passed away, because that man, the one that passed away, his in-laws were at this ceremony. The fact that they weren't by their daughter's side, they had more invested in this than William did. This was William's job. This was his godfather. And also, part of his family, like the Greek, I guess they're all kind of related because they're one big incestuous bunch. But you know what I mean. This man should have showed up. He absolutely should have showed up. And the fact that he didn't, and he left it to Camilla and Andrew, is incredibly problematic. But is this indicative of the fact that he's not interested in doing anything unless he's in competition with his father and his brother? Unless he can see some type of immediate gain? Is that the only time we're going to see this man work? Because like I said, you would think this man who has been trying to prove to people all of 2023 that he's going to make such a better king than his father, why does he keep failing like this? But whenever Harry is seen, we're tripping over William.
In a recent segment for Good Morning Britain, Tessa Dunlop made some very interesting points.
But I do think if you pull the lens back a bit, you'll remember those years of Workshire Will, etc. But one of the key problems is with the departure of the Sussexes, and I think as humans we all need this, we all need someone to push off, to compete with in a healthy way. You remove any kind of competition, and at the same time, the predominantly right-wing press have pushed William and Kate up on this incredible, untouchable pedestal. So really, I think, to an extent, understandably, he pretty much feels he can do what he like. We've made him untouchable in some respects.
Now, some of the points I understand what she's trying to say, but let's not forget that even when Harry and Meghan was there, William and Kate have been consistently work shy. They were work shy as the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, currently work shy as the Prince and Princess of Wales, and I don't doubt that they'll be work shy as King and Queen. And the thing with William and Kate is that they've been so focused on fighting Harry and Meghan for the spotlight. But with the spotlight comes a lot of critique and responsibility.
Welcome to the Bonkers UK and the even more bonkers royal family in the UK, and we're going to discuss this Daily Mail piece here and what's happened over the last 48 hours. So firstly, let's get straight into it. William pulls out of the funeral of King Constantine of Greece, who hasn't been a king for 55 years in Greece because Greece woke up and decided they don't need a royal family. Will we do the same? Well, I think we're heading that way in the UK. So William pulls out of this event, the funeral, which is walking distance from his house, for personal reasons. Are the personal reasons to do with his wife, Kate, who hasn't been seen since the 26th of December, allegedly has had some surgery in London, but hasn't been seen going into the hospital or leaving the hospital, apart from her PA trying to fake that Kate left the hospital. Was it to do with Kate? We don't know. King Charles is completely out of action, recovering from cancer. We've seen him in the back of a car a couple of times. Camilla had to step in for him yesterday. Also, probably more crazily and more infuriatingly, yes, well done, Martin. We then find out via the Daily Mail and images that Andrew, the absolutely disgraced brother of King Charles, Andrew is now leading the royals at that event into church. The greasy, dodgy uncle, who the royal family said has now been removed from royal duties, led the royal family into church. What does that say? Thomas Kingston, also, God rest his soul, died. He is the son-in-law of Prince and Princess Michael of Kent, so kind of distant royals. Kensington Palace have already said that William's lack of attendance at the funeral was not related in any way to the death of Thomas Kingston, which is a really weird statement to put out. There's rumours all over Twitter that on Sunday when Mr. Kingston died, William was with him. There's also rumours all over Twitter that Catherine is refusing to cooperate with the royal family at all and is not in Kensington Palace or any of the palace grounds. She's somewhere else. It's going to get worse. What else are we going to see in the next 2 weeks from the royal family? Honestly, I don't think they're going to be around in the next 10 years.
Oh dear. Seems like it's all falling apart for the British royal family. It now appears to be led by an adulterer. It's weird. I thought they were supposed to be the epitome of a good, upstanding British family. A family for us peasants to look up to. A Christian family. Well, I'm not sure what Christian values they uphold. They're always going to church, which is something they're suited to, bearing in mind all the scandals that's responsible for. In fact, the last time we saw Princess Kate was when the royal family went to church at Christmas. I wonder what's happened to her. Prince William's behaviour's been very odd. He's supposed to be the more dutiful brother, but seems to be dropping out of things at the drop of a hat. He dropped out of his godfather's memorial 45 minutes before it started. Apparently for personal reasons. But it was only a few minutes from where he lives. Or maybe he wasn't there. And he'd got delayed. In Norfolk.
So the big news online today was where the hell is William and what is going on in the palace. This is because he pulled out of a memorial service for the Constantine of Greece, who was his godfather, citing a personal matter. Now, everybody has been on William's ass for like the last couple of weeks because of the stuff that he's pulling in regards to his duties, especially with his father having cancer and him being closer and closer to being king. Now people are concerned about something happening with Kate because people have not seen her. Of course, she had abdominal surgery, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was like earlier in the year. And she's supposed to come back around Easter. People don't think she's going to be back around Easter. They think it's something serious. Everybody's freaking out because it's like, wait, he's pulling out of a memorial service for his goddaddy and he's like a prominent figure in Greece. What's going on? And everybody's wondering, oh, is he and Harry talking? Are they still beefing? All I know is that the writers of The Crown are so mad that they ended the show so early. They literally have like a good 5 or 6 season arc. Y'all better start a spin-off.
So I just got finished watching a video. I couldn't duet it, I couldn't stitch it, but my girl Wendy posted it. And if y'all don't follow Wendy, go ahead and follow her because she does great content regarding Mother and Daddy Sussex. I will tag her below. But in the video, we have 2 British media reporters. I thought y'all didn't want him back now. Talking about Daddy Sussex coming home. The lady reporter goes on to say that she believes Daddy Sussex is going to come back and leave Mother Sussex and the children in Montecito. The male reporter goes on to say that he didn't believe that Daddy Sussex was coming back because of one thing, and that was the children. He goes on to say that Daddy Sussex has always been good with children. He has 2 children of his own now. And then he says this. One thing these White Walkers are going to do is have the audacity. This particular White Walker says, as long as she, Mother Sussex, has breath in her body, as long as she has breath in her body, he is not coming back. That's an underlying threat. Am I right or am I wrong? I believe that I'm right. That's an underlying threat. Then y'all wonder why they don't show their children. Y'all wonder why they didn't pop out for a good minute. These are credible threats against Mother and Daddy Sussex. As long as she has breath in her body, y'all can't tell me that is not a threat. When Princess Mumbles entered the royal family, she went through some stuff now. She got some abuse. But guess what happened? Prince William put out a statement and said, stop. All of that stopped once he put that out. Prince Harry basically asked for the same thing, and y'all kept going. It's been to the point, honestly, where y'all literally want this woman. You know what I'm about to say. Y'all really don't like this woman because she walked away from y'all's dream. And almost every little girl's dream is being a princess. See, she became a princess, found out that ain't all what it's caked up to be. And y'all mad because she didn't put up with it. She walked away from it and ain't looked back since.
Meghan's down here giving us a master in media management. She's shining a light on the plight of refugees by going there in her own time, doing something good, interacting with them nicely, and getting the world's media there. Whether you love Meghan or don't love Meghan, she is a master in media management. She's shining a light on people that are less fortunate than herself, and without objectifying her, she looks amazing.
So y'all had a lot to say about my Prince Harry, Meghan Markle video yesterday. So I wanted to answer a few questions. Well, Harry and Meghan are no longer the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Well, that's not exactly true. So let's fact check that, shall we? This is the official palace page. See King Charles and Camilla? And you can see the URL at the bottom. So let's go explore the royal family, shall we? Located under the royal family list is none other than the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. So the royals still have them listed as the Duke and Duchess.
King Charles has like this hot lieutenant, which is like a fancy British word for like executive assistant, who's basically like getting like demoted all because like the media found out he was hot and like the royal family like didn't like that. So now he's getting like a less public facing role. This is why people don't like the royals, because you guys are boring. Anything that's like remotely interesting about you have to make immediately unfun. Look at Meghan Markle. And then now we have this hot eye candy, but no, we have to have it taken away and like look at Prince William. And I feel bad for this royal assistant because now he can't even have like one job perk after nursing grandpa all day. Sir, might I suggest you quit your job and move to America, because with this fame, you could have had a Calvin Klein ad and been holding puppies for BuzzFeed right now. Also, speaking of the royals, because I never speak of them because, like I said, they're boring, what's going on with Kate Middleton? Is she, like, okay?